Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and we're back with another review. Yes, I think it's going to be a Marvel Infinite Series review. Yes, I think it's going to be one of the most demanded characters, I would say, since they started the 3 3/4 inch Marvel action figure line. Yes, I think this is a review that's going to attract both Transformer and Marvel fans. Yes, it is none other than Marvel Infinite Series Death's Head. This is a very classic and iconic character. Um, I know a lot of fans have been looking forward to for quite a while. Um, Death's Head was first introduced in the Marvel UK Transformers comic books and is one of the few characters introduced in the Transformers comics to go on and have a quite a long popular run in mainstream Marvel continuity, both in America and in the UK comics. He is a robotic bounty hunter who, through his various interactions with the Transformers, was either aligned with or against. I know at one point he was tasked with killing Rodimus Prime. Um, and of course, he at one point was the size of a Transformer and then shrunk down to human size. Um, in the mainstream Marvel universe, I'm not really too familiar with his interactions. I'm sure he's interacted with most of the main characters and what have you. But here he is. This is his classic version 1 look. Um, I want to say the base of the body is take draws from Colossus, maybe Cable, or the newly released Deathlock figure because of this riveted metal design. But there's a lot of new parts here. The cape is new, the weapons, um, and that head. Let's take a look at the head first here, and let me clean up the focus. That is really classic Death's Head, and I mean, I've always been a fan of the character. I've read a couple of his stories here and there. Just really a unique figure, and yes, he has that way of speaking. And I'm sorry, that'll be the last time I'll do it in the review, or at least until the end. Um, the figure, for articulation, let's take a look at that for a minute. Head is on a ball joint, but it is somewhat limited. Unfortunately, it doesn't have that ball peg system, which I think it really could have used here. Universal shoulders, bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, and I do want to mention elbows and knees I had to pop. They were basically frozen stiff coming out of package. That's just, unfortunately, the Marvel 3 3/4 inch figures aren't made with the same care and quality as, say, a G.I. Joe figure, so you always do have those issues. The wrists, unfortunately, only rotate, but take a look at those hands with those knuckle guards. The wrists only rotate for a reason. We'll get to that in a minute. You do have ab crunch in that, but most of it is basically limited due to this whole cape section. Ball jointed hips, double jointed knees, rotation at the calf. I guess that joint's still frozen. Rotation at the calf, rotation at the ankle, and slight forward and back ankle pivot. Now, I mentioned this figure does have a bit of a gimmick, and that involves the backpack, which is also his shield, which does peg in quite nicely. Just keep in mind, the natural position to grab the figure is putting your finger right over where the backpack would be, and that could loosen it up. He does come with a couple melee weapons here, mace and a axe, and you can hold them, but really what this figure is designed to do is go ahead, pop off the hands, and you can actually insert the weapons into the hand just like so. So we can do it for both. Pop it off. That snap does concern me, yes. And there you go. And the shield, you can, if you want, go ahead and clip it on an arm, and there you go. Not sure what you can do with the hands though. I guess can the hands be stored? Yeah, you could put the hand much like on the old G.I. Joe bat. You can put him up in there, but it looks a little silly when you're using the shield as a weapon. But yeah, this is, a really fun, really cool looking figure. I know a lot of Transformer fans were happy to get it finally into their um, possession because it is a character from that 80s comic book line, and it's just, you know, really fun. If you're a straight Marvel fan, I'm not really sure how iconic Death's Head is to you. But if you're a fan of the Marvel Transformer comics, then I highly recommend picking up Death's Head. He was part of some really cool stories and really was, it was sort of like iconic to the period of those 80s characters and those late 80s with Rodimus and stuff. Really an integral part to them. Um, Now, this figure was actually one of the first released under the new Infinite series line, so it might be a little hard to find. I actually had to get a second when it was re-released in a later wave because I missed the pre-orders for the first one, and it does go for a little much on the secondary market. And I'm always hesitant to recommend paying those prices, especially for Marvel Infinite figures, just due to the fact that the quality control is so spotty. You may be paying upwards of $40 for a figure that will fall apart right out of the package. With all that said, it's a great figure, and I'm really happy to have it. This is your old pal Chuck for Death's Head. Yes! Last time. I'm sorry. We'll see you next time.